Go.
Hi, I'm Santosh Kumar Rajendran. My team members are Praveen Rajendran and Harish Balakrishnan, and this is our term project in advanced hardware design. Our project is smoothing and Sobel filter. Basically, smoothing and Sobel filter is incorporated inside the edge detection, which is a technique to highlight the edges in the image. In the Canny edge detection algorithm, we are implementing the first two steps, that is the Gaussian filter and the Sobel filter. These two were not implemented in our project. So what is image smoothing is basically applying the Gaussian mask or the Gaussian filter to the image grid by grid, and the same thing goes for the directional derivative. So basically we calculate the directional derivative by applying the Sobel filter. So how do we take our input? We take our input by feeding in a 256 cross 256 Lena grayscale image using a IP core. So basically we feed it through a COE file to populate the FPGA block RAM. That is 8 bits of width and depth 65,536. So the output, we multiplex the two outputs, that is the Sobel filters output and the smooth filters output, and we display it. So how do we do it is we extract a grid 3x3 grid from the entire image, and then apply the mask on this 3x grid one by one. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do all the grids in the original image. So this is a state machine. So in our state machine, we start out in the state idle, from which we'll have the grid valid equals 0. So the grid valid mentions whether we have the complete grid of values in the image. So from there we move on to reading the mid pixel and then the rest of the pixels. All these 9 states reads the 9 pixels of that grid. After that is done, we set the grid valid as equal to 1, which will invoke the functions, that is the Sobel filter and the smooth filter functions. And in case all the pixels are done, it moves on to global grid ready, which is basically the end of the process. So in case that is not done, we move on to state ready, which unsets the grid valid, and then we do the whole thing again for all the pixels in the image. So this is our finite state machine. Moving on, so this is our RTL diagram. So this is the block RAM that we initialize using the IP core. We input the block RAM using a COE file in the beginning of the process, and we read all the values, that is the image values from this block RAM using our finite state machine, which generates the address and feeds these values to the 3 functions, that is the smooth function, Sobel X gradient and Sobel Y gradient. This output of these functions we multiplex, and then the output of the function's validity we multiplex and then feed it out of the circuit. So this is our RTL diagram for the project. This is the Gaussian filter that we apply on the grid. Moving on, so this is what exactly happens during one pixel's calculation, one calculation. So basically we read the first value, address in the first value. This is the first value, second value is 82, third value is 80 here. All these are the 9 values, and then after that the calculation is done, and this is the final value we arrive at. This is 81. So the valid filter output sets it to 1 once we calculate the output pixel value. So this is the hand calculation that we calculated. This is on our report. We can move on. So this is a functional simulation we generated. We'll move on faster because all these are values that we calculated. Move on, functional simulation again. Functional simulation. This is a timing simulation we generated for the same smoothing filter. So the delay we calculated between the address feed and the output is 760 nanoseconds. So basically this comes out to be a 40 clock cycles of latency. So that is our latency. This is basically what we did. We fed the original image, and the output values we fed it to a MATLAB software, and then we generated the image out of that. So basically you can see that this is a blurred image of the original image. So this is our smooth filters output. Moving on. So that can go up. So this is the Sobel filters mask. So we apply this mask on the grid, and then we get the output for that. Moving on. So this is the calculation. So this is all the values that we read, and this is the output that we get. So we multiplex and the X gradient and the Y gradient, which is 8 bits and 8 bits into a 16 bits output value. So which is 2 and F over here. So we show the hand calculation for output values, and then moving on. So all these will be functional simulations and timing simulations for Sobel filter, which is similar to what we did for smoothing filter. And we prepared the test bench for smooth filter and the Sobel filter together. So basically what it does, it calculates the value and then checks if it is right, and then uses the multiplexer input, that is the filter select, to change over to the other filter, checks if it is right, and then moves on to the next iteration. Moving on. So this is our what is the test bench report file. So this shows whether we have the correct value, and in case there's a error, moving on, it will show the error. So this will be a model sim output, and this is the report file. So what we did, we intentionally set the fourth value in the file to be 100, which is not the correct value. So it generates a error on the model sim and a report in the report file. So this is the smooth actual value for that. So the maximum clock frequency that we could attain is 180 megahertz. We tested this out. For 200 megahertz, we are getting some intermediate glitching values, which is not exactly right. So the maximum frequency that we have tested is 180 megahertz. It can operate at 180 megahertz clock frequency. So this is the explanation for that. So what are the challenges we faced? It was hard for us to get the 3x3 grid out of the whole image. Once we did that, we could proceed with the actual calculation. So the other one was how to actually feed the whole actual image to the FPGA. We did this using the IP core and the block RAM. That was one solution we found out. And the output, we are not able to display it using a VGA. This was one challenge and one minus we faced. So this is the incomplete one. We weren't able to actually complete the third and fourth step of canny edge detection. That was too mathematically consuming, and we were not able to do it in the time frame. So the other one was we weren't able to display it in the VGA adapter, through the VGA adapter. That's it. So now we'll show the FPGA's output. We'll pause the video here.
So here I have port map the clear signal. Here I have port map to toggle between smooth output and the sawball output. And this is my global grid ready signal that comes once the whole computation is done. And this is my grid valid signal that comes at each and every grid calculations. So when I press the clear button, the output is 0041. The last two LSB values are the smooth function output, and when I toggle to 1, these are the sawball X gradient values and the sawball Y gradient values.